या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला
या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता
या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता
या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा
या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा
या श्वेतपद्मासना
या श्वेतपद्मासना
या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिर्देवैः
या शङ्कराच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिर्देवैः
सदा पूजिता
सदा पूजिता
सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती
सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती
निःशेषजाड्यापहा
निःशेषजाड्यापहा
ॐ सहना भवतु
ॐ सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. So from today we'll start applying whatever stories to our own lives. So you can take in the story, you can take any element that could potentially become a challenge in the life, or you have encountered it, so you have to tell that in the question and answers, or when I ask you questions. So I'll give you examples also. But anyway, we'll start with the story. You know, long time ago, probably in the Ponniyin Selvan times. Have you seen the movie? That is Chola times, right? Maybe even before. In Rameshwaram, or close to Rameshwaram, there's a small village. So in those days, kids used to go to what we call Gurukulam. Have you ever heard the word Gurukulam? Gurukulam, Kulam means kind of a small group. Guru means teacher. So the teacher educates them in whatever chosen field they want to educate. They want education in. It could be Vedas, or it could be like archery, or it could be building chariots, making pots, any kind of thing. So in all these things, they get the education from the Guru, but they have to go and stay in Guru's house. It's like a residential school system. So they would go and stay with the teacher for several years. They live as one of the family members of the teacher and following all the guidelines and everything given by the teacher. And then they get education. Once in a while, they get holidays, they come home, right? So there were, this is for only boys, but girls get homeschooled. And some people might choose some kind of a homeschool system, even for those people, like boys that are younger, or maybe they don't want to go to Gurukul. So they would stay home and get homeschooled. So once, for some reason, the teacher gave almost 3 months of holidays, no school. So all the kids came. It's a small village, right? So when they came to the school, they attended a wedding, some of their relatives' wedding. So, you know, in Indian weddings, Vedic wedding, Vedic means something that is following the rules, rituals of Veda. That wedding is called Vivaham, or it is called Udvaham also. Sometimes we call it Udvaha. Vivaha or Udvaha. So, have you ever attended any of those Vivahas, like a ritual, proper ritual based? Have you seen them? In them, probably, most of you are with the bride and probably missed what happens with the groom. So what happens with the groom is, the groom will perform a ceremony called Snatakam. Before the wedding, they will do something called Snatakam. Snatakam simply means graduation. So somebody who had graduated from the Gurukul will go through a graduation ceremony at home. And this is called Snatakam. So after the Snatakam is done, it is customary that the groom goes on a Kashi Yatra. That means he will embark on a trip to Varanasi, Kashi. So imagine, if you don't know South India, it looks a bit like a triangle, and Rameswaram is all the way at the bottom tip, and Varanasi is all the way up there. And this is olden times, they don't have trains, buses, any of those things. For most of them, they will walk on foot. And if they can afford, they have money, they'll take a bullock cart, maybe a horse-drawn cart, or just have a horse and ride on a horse. But you need to know horse riding. And it's also very dangerous. You have to go through so many forests. So it is very rare for people to return after they have gone to Kashi. Either they were eaten by wild animals on the way, or robbed by somebody, or somehow died of not getting food or starvation. And or they might have gone there and they found a teacher there and settled there. Never. It's very rare for people to come back. So therefore, they won't really send the groom away to Varanasi. It's only customary. He pretends as if he is going to, because the Shastra says he is embarking on a journey to Kashi. It's actually very symbolic. We'll talk about the symbolism at a different time. But when they are embarking, then the the bride's brother intercepts and says, okay, please don't go away to Kashi. Please become a householder. Stay here. We need educated people like you. So please marry my sister in a holy matrimony, and therefore we'll take care of you. You can stay here. So he kind of dissuades him from going to Kashi. So he stays. So they saw all this. And then the wedding is done, and a bunch of kids, the next day they were sitting and talking. They were all childhood buddies. So one of them, named Anil, he said, I want to go to Kashi and come back. And everybody is telling so great things about it, but also so many dangerous things about it. So I want to take a journey to Kashi, real journey, not like this fake one that they did in the wedding, right? And a few other friends said, yes, I think we all should do it. Then one of the friends, Komal, she said, oh, I don't think we should do it. We have never really gone outside the county that we are living in. Maybe a couple of villages here and there, but we never traveled that far. We don't even know whether Kashi exists or not. We don't even know how to go there or not. Why would we even waste time thinking about it? Let's think about fun. And she also said, I'm a girl, so I don't need to go to Kashi ever. I'll marry somebody and I'll stay home. So I'm out. Then another friend, Vineet, said, no, we should not get discouraged with self-doubt whether we will be able to do it or not. If something is great, we should do it. Then they tentatively accepted the plan that they want to do it. The next day, while they were discussing next to a little temple pond, one of their older teachers came and saw them discussing about it. So he said, what are you discussing? Why are you so arguing so much and talking so much? Looks like there is a big plan going on. And then they explained the plan. And the teacher said, you should never get discouraged like that. If such a great deed can be performed, the moment you think, or the sankalpa, like a firm, sankalpa is a firm resolve. It's not just an idea, just not a thought that you want to go to a movie. It is a firm resolve. If you have a firm resolve, then you should embark on it. You should believe in your own strength, in your own abilities to do it. A lot of times, the sankalpa, the strength of your will, that will make things happen. You don't need all the tools to succeed. What you need is a strong will to succeed. Because if you have a strong will, you will make your own tools. You will find your own tools, right? So if you wanted to do something, really wanted to build some birdhouse in the backyard, would you stop that you don't have the right screwdriver? No, right? The instruments will come if you have willpower. You will acquire them. If not, you will prepare your own instruments. You will build your own instruments. And that's how a lot of people have done. In the real world, there are so many stories that we know. So anyway, and they said, okay, we're gonna do it. Then 4 friends started going out. So when they started going out, there was also a girl with them. And when they started making the journey, they started traveling out of the village. And once they went a little far, few days of travel, very tired, they stayed at a small village. And in that small village, somebody came and inquired, what are you doing? Where are you kids going? You all look like maybe 12 years to 16, 17 years. Where are you going? And they said, we are heading to Kashi. So Varanasi is where we are trying to go. And they said, oh wow, we heard about Varanasi, but we also heard that people don't come back if they go. It's doubtful whether they will come back or not. What happens to them, nobody knows. And we have only seen the trip preparation only in weddings, not really. So if you are really trying to do, you must be really great people. You must have real great strength and willpower within you. And they started worshipping, not really worshipping, but respecting them like almost like demigods. Because they saw that, okay, these people are embarking on such a great thing. They deserve respect. They said, please stay until you gain some strength. Stay in our village. We will treat you well. We'll feed you well. We'll give you a nice house to stay in. We'll provide all the amenities you need. Everything will be provided. And they were very happy. And they stayed there for a few days. And one of them, she got a lot more attention because girls never ever did this. They never heard of girls doing this. So really got so much respect, and they treated her way more respectfully and better. So she decided to stay in the town. And the rest of the 3 people started moving. While they are going, then they met a monk. And the monk said, hey, going to Kashi is not an easy thing. You need to prepare yourself first. You have been just walking right now. That's not sufficient. And you are fed well. You still look, you are fed well. You might have been walking for a few days, but it takes a lot of strength because it will take several months for you to go there. So you need some kind of a training. I can give you some training exercises. I can teach you some of these training exercises and so on. And there is one boy named Subuddhi. He said, yes, we will take all these. And he took special interest in the training process. So they're staying there in a little hermitage and taking the training process. And he really learned these yogasanas, pranayama and all these things. He got so interested. He thought that he could do a lot more with this. He can learn a lot more yogasanas. He can practice a lot more yoga. He can also think about all kinds of diet that he can apply. So all kinds of interesting things. So he got disinterested in his final trip. So he stayed back. And then while going along the way, then they met another sadhu. You know, in India, there are so many of these ganja sadhus. Ganja sadhu is somebody who smoke cannabis, all these kind of things, and they get a kick out of it and they think that it is spiritual experience. And they even convince others that if you want to get real spiritual experience, you should smoke one of these. You should smoke cannabis or something like that. Bhang, they call it. So, he met with them and he started walking with them and he started telling them, hey, just smoke this. It's really fun. One of them, there are only 2 left. Anil is left and there is one of the last person who is left. And he got interested, he smoked and he got a good thrill out of it. And then they are walking in the same way for a few days. Then he offered something sweet to eat, which also gives some kind of a excitement. So slowly he fell addicted to this. and he started spending more time with this Ganza sadhu and forgot his goal. Finally, it is the Anil that continued on the trip. We don't know what happened. There's only one that continued on the trip. So look at this story and tell me who is failing where and what are some of the things that can fail us if we set any big goal in our life, or if we created any plan for our future. So there are so many things that can stop you and make you drop from the plan. So can you tell me from this story any of the things that you might identify could be a potential problem for you? You want to go? Yeah? Say it loud.
Greed,
Greed? Okay, greed for?
like respect and like attention.
Okay, so losing attention from the goal. Is that right? Oh, no.
She's talking about the girl.
Greed for attention.
Yeah.
Greed
The
for
girl.
praise and attention.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah? Who did that?
The girl,
The second one. Right?
the first one. That
The first one stayed back.
Yeah.
Komal stayed back. So you think that is a big problem? Okay. No?
I think another problem is that once they get something, it's like a distraction from the goal, and they stay distracted.
Ah,
They don't come back.
yeah. They should not get distracted from the goal.
Yeah.
That's one point. Greed for respect and those kind of things is another problem. Popularity
Yeah,
and all those
greed
things.
for popularity.
Greed for
Praise.
popularity. And second one got that.
Yes.
Yeah? Anybody raised hand? Is it? Yeah.
Subudhi, he went into over diversification. He started to say kakakaya, and then it eventually became kekakaya. That's what happened to him.
No, not really, but over diversification
Yeah.
on good things.
Yes,
He's doing
but-
good things, but doing many more of these good things and lost sight of his goal. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
So basically, they all started at one goal,
Uh,
and then from that goal they followed another goal.
they
They like
kind of diversify.
stop that goal and
Yeah.
followed another goal.
So, like Subudhi, he stayed back, but isn't it that he found his Swadhyaya? Maybe he found his Swadhyaya and thought that he is my Swadhyaya, and so he's staying back.
Maybe if it is he found that this is swadharma, then he
Swadharma.
stayed back. Then that's we can exempt him from having failed from the goal. Okay, that's a good point. Anything else?
And like maybe like when you're
Loudly, please.
when you're pursuing a goal, you have to be aware that there's many subsections which you could like explore too. Like the second one, he wanted to practice yoga asana.
Yeah.
So maybe if he would have known that like you have to practice yoga asana to pursue the overall goal, then he could have been better prepared.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So better prepared. Yeah. Okay. Now I will tell you a different story, a completely different story, and see if we can learn any lessons from this story. You know, Mother Sita was abducted by Ravana, and several search parties were sent in all four directions. And of all those, they have high confidence on one search party that went south. Even Rama had high confidence, Sugriva had high confidence, because they saw that the flight, the aircraft that took Sita away went southward, south direction. And they also found pieces of evidence dropped in that line. So they thought that probably south, where we can go and find. And in that search party, Jambavan was there, Angada was there, Hanuman was there, and there are a lot of other powerful, strong Vanaras were there. So they searched, and they lost their way. They got trapped in a cave. Several months have passed. The deadline given for them is 1 month. They have to go search and come back in 1 month. But now 5 months were passed because they got trapped in a kind of a time trap. There is a time warp or a time trap in a cave. They got trapped in there. So by the time they came out, 5 months passed. And now they are so frustrated. They can't go back because when they go back, Sugriva will kill them all because they failed his order. A big time. So, and then while they were thinking we're useless, we wasted all our time, we are unsuccessful in the task given to us, and even if we go back, Sugriva might punish us harshly. So let's all die here. So they all decided to do something called Prayopavesham. Prayopavesham means they will sit at one place, they will not eat, they will not drink unto death. Death comes and consumes them until that point. So then they heard a bird speaking something about it, and they ended up talking to the bird. Bird's name is Sampati. Sampati is the elder brother of Jatayu. And Sampati said, I have a great vision. I can see far, far, far away. And I saw that Sita was actually there in Lanka. I could see her. So you should attempt to go, talk to her, meet her, and find out all the whereabouts and come back. So with that faith, with that trust, everybody was thinking of how to go, how to cross the ocean. They are right at the beach and they can't see the other end of the ocean. And they know that that ocean is about 100 yojanas, some big, big, long measure. So then they sat there and they were contemplating, and Hanuman was sitting quietly because Hanuman didn't know that he can do. He was not even attempting. How can I help? That's all he was thinking. He was in a lot of self-doubt. He was not very sure he can do it. And some people said, hey, Hanuman, you're strong. Why don't you? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think I can fly that far. I'm not capable. I'm thinking. Then Jambavan came and told him that he was so capable of flying even to the sun when he was a little baby. So he wanted to grab sun and swallow him like a fruit because he thought it's a beautiful fruit up there in the sky. And he was struck by Indra, and nothing happened to his jaw. You know, Indra came and struck with his Vajrayudham on his jaw. But this little kid fell down on a big slab of rock, and then he only had a little scratch. He has such a powerful jaw. That's why he was called Hanuman. Hanuma means jaw, lower jaw. One who had strongest jaw is called Hanuman. So he told that story. See, you were a little kid. You were struck by Indra's thunderbolt on your jaw, and it only scratched you. Nothing happened. And then you got so many boons from all the gods. You are so powerful. But you abused your power. You became so mischievous. You started ruining ashramas, destroying trees and all these things because you got so much power. And therefore, a rishi laid a shap on you that you will forget your power. So now I am telling you, your past, you are so powerful, you can do it. If you set on a good goal, you should never step back. You have all the strength, you just have to summon it from within you. So therefore, he decided to fly. And then when he decided to fly, everybody was clapping, everybody came with garlands and celebrated him. And then he launched into the air and he started flying. As he started flying, there was a mountain that rose up from the ocean. It's called Mainaka Mountain. Because the sea god, the ocean god, Samudra Deva, told Mainaka, hey, I have been giving you refuge for a long time. You have been my guest in the ocean. Now it is time for me to show my respect to Hanuman, who is doing a great job. So I will ask you to raise up and give him some help. So receive him properly, give him fruits, honey, water. He might be tired, offer him good rest. So, and then once he is rested well, then he can move on. Then the Mainaka started raising. And Hanuman thought that this is some kind of an obstacle coming up. So he rapidly went and struck the mountain with his chest and shattered some of the cliffs. But anyway, Mainaka thought, wow, this is powerful. But then Mainaka took a human form and said, hey, I'm just your friend. I just wanted to offer my respect to you because I've been benefited by your father Vayudeva a long time ago. And also Samudra, Sagara, was also benefited by Rama's ancestors before. We both want to offer respects to you. So therefore stay here for a couple of hours or a day or two. Just drink nice, cool, sweet water, honey, and I also have lots of roots, fruits, everything. You can enjoy all these things and then you can go. And he said, no, I have already given my word. I will not stop. I will not halt. I will not pause. So therefore, thank you for offering all these things. You have almost given it. I have almost taken it. But now I cannot stop. And then he continued. And then gods were very much impressed by his ability to reject any kind of respect. He doesn't have the greed for respect, all these things. Then they thought, okay, let's make sure that whether he has the real strength and ability to actually go to Lanka, cross over all the defenses of Lanka, and go to Sita and talk and come back. Let's test him. So then they called a Naga Mata. Naga Mata means mother of all Nagas. Her name is Surasa. She is one of the wives of Kashyapa Prajapati, and she is daughter of Daksha Prajapati. So she is called Dakshayani also for that reason. Her name is Surasa, and told her to go and test him. So Surasa came and said, hey, you can't go anywhere. You have been given as food to me by the gods. You must at once enter my mouth right now, because you have been given to me as food by the gods. Then he said, no, please leave me. I'm going on such an important task. She said, no, I can't allow you to pass. He said, then he narrated the story of Rama and how Sita got abducted, and he said how important it is for him to go and find. He said, no, you must enter my mouth. He said, let me finish this task. Then I will come back voluntarily and I will go into your mouth. They said, no, not allowed. Right now, you have to enter my mouth. Then he immediately thought of a plan. He said, okay, open your mouth so that I can fit in. And then he grew his body to 10 yojanas. So the ocean that he wanted to go across is 100 yojanas. And he was flying like a little bird. And now he increased his body to 10 yojanas. Then Surasa opened the mouth by 10 yojanas just to fit him. Then he increased his body to 20 yojanas. Then Surasa opened mouth 20 and 30, 40. He went all the way to 100 yojanas. And then the Surasa opened the mouth all the 100 yojanas, right, just for him to put. Then he suddenly shrunk down to the size of a thumb, and then went into the mouth like a fly and came back and said, I'm done. So you asked me to enter the mouth? I did. So I fulfilled your promise, whatever it is. Then she said, wow, you are very smart. I'm so impressed with you. So victory be to you. So you go ahead. Then he started again flying with his little bird-like body. And then suddenly some shadow, there's something. So his shadow falls on the ocean, right? So somebody held his shadow and started pulling him back. He's getting weaker and weaker. He is unable to fly. Where is my strength going? Somebody is pulling me with my shadow. And then he remembered Sugriva's words that there was a devil named Simhika. It's called Chayagrahi. It holds you by your shadow and grabs you. You don't even know that you have succumbed to it and completely gone. So then he increased his body and the shadow started increasing, and still it is pulling him. So he suddenly became like a small fly and dove into the ocean and went into the mouth of Simhika and ripped its heart and everything apart and came back. And then he continued to fly. So all this happening was watched by some angelical beings, in the sky. They're called Charanas. So Charanas saw that he made a determination first. And then he was not distracted by praise or any kind of respect given to him. He was not distracted by lots and lots of tasks that he needs to do, all good tasks that he needs to do, but he cleverly escaped Surasa. And then finally he even destroyed Simhika. So they said one beautiful sloka. Yeah? Okay? Well, I will tell the sloka and then we'll repeat the sloka a few times. Okay? So, say that sloka after me. Yasya tvetani chatvari
यस्य त्वेतानि चत्वारि
वानरेन्द्र यथा तव
वानरेन्द्र यथा तव
स्वकर्मसु न सीदन्ति
स्वकर्मसु न सीदन्ति
धृतिर्दृष्टिर्मतिर्यथा.
धृतिर्दृश्यर्मतिर्यथा.
Okay, so remember that sloka, we'll say it a few times afterwards. So what they said was, anybody who has 4 qualities within them, they will never fail on their endeavors, on their undertakings. If they have those 4 properties as you had, one is dhruti, determination. Drushti means never losing sight of your final goal. Drushti. Mati, intelligence, smartness to escape some attractive hurdles. Dakshyam, capability. So Dakshyam is real capability to decimate any enemies that you get across your way. So what are those 4 qualities? Dhruti, Drishti, Mati, Dakshyam. Dhruti means determination. Yeah. Drishti means
The ability to never lose sight of the goal.
never lose the sight of your goal. Say it loud. Mati means intelligence. Dakshyam means
Destroy your enemies.
capability to destroy enemies or any obstacles that will raise up in front of you. Okay? So we'll stop here and then we will discuss in the next part of the session. So what are the similarities? What are some of the stories? What are some of the inner meanings also? We'll discuss about that. So please say the concluding slokas with me. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः.
Sarve santu niramayah.
सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः.
Sarve bhadrani pasyantu.
सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु.
Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet.
मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्.
Om shanti shanti shanti.